Comics here. I wanted to do a quick video about Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, that game is looking pretty bad, and for lots of different reasons. Um, Basically, of course, the technical issues. Yeah, they should have waited for a while to release that game. If they had basically gotten, polished it to the point, we polished it enough where when Kay does a basically stealth takedown on an enemy, and she and that enemy do not slide across the map. When they do that, or something like that, that would be great. That would have been really good. Other things like that. I think it was like there was a thing where it happened where they were constantly on alert. Would not get the alert timer would never go down, and they would always be on alert. And the enemies, just and then there's like one part where the guy, stormtrooper, is looking around. Kay's hiding behind something in a room. The stormtrooper comes to the doorway of that room and is like, "I heard something. I heard something." And is looking around. Trying to find out what he heard, and then the door closes on him, and he slips through the door. That's just not acceptable. It's not right. Then of course there's Kay's face. Some people try to downplay that. So like, yeah, that's not as bad. I know it's not. Actually, it is. In some ways, no, it isn't. There it could be it could look worse. She could have looked like exactly like Anakin did after he got burned up on Mustafar. But if say she was also burned up on Mustafar, there would at least be a reason for it. That's the issue with me. When you make a character ugly for no good reason, as you don't want your character to be compared to something to a pretty character, because you think that's pretty characters are pretty female characters, especially are misogynist or some bullcrap. That's a huge problem because they just are fun to look at for gamers. Especially fellow gamers. But yeah, sorry. That's the issue. Imagine being so ticked off at gamers that you don't want them to have fun with your games. That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? Then here's the issue with me. With no reason why that girl's face is ugly, and you're just like, yeah, everything else looks great because her face looks like it's melting off of her, Here you go. I'm just like, yeah, that was a huge mistake. They could have made her look like anything. They could have made her they could have given her anything. They could have made her an alien, for goodness sake. Again, they could have made her face burnt, like Anakin's, put a mask or helmet on her, or made her look like an alien. There are thousands of aliens in Star Wars, and they didn't use any of them for that girl's face. And this is another way to tell if a game is woke or not, because again, they ignore the lore. Ignoring the lore is one of the worst things ever for a woke game, because basically what they're trying to do is make their own fan fiction. Well, they don't say it's fan fiction, which they should. They should just say it's fan fiction. It's the line say, "Here's a new something in Star Wars canon or DC canon," but it's not. It's a totally different universe, totally different characters, just fan fiction. It's really sad to see. So yeah, I'm sorry, going with the lore. But again, even if you're going against the lore, you don't care about the lore. Here, you basically did do something kind of cool. What don't make give the girl an axolotl face, head, like her dog. The axolotl dog. I don't know if that's in Star Wars canon, but I like it. But still, why not give her an axolotl head too? Then should be from an axolotl planet. A planet of axolotl people. Now, an axolotl, for those that don't know, is like a newt or salamander or something like that. There's big old fronds on them, and they're like their gills. They're like usually white, like albino or something. That's an axolotl, yeah. So why not, do that? Then her face would not look like would not be able to be compared to other characters' faces, but it would actually look good. Later, I found out that there was a what's it called? Oh, the girl who does the model is the physical model, real life model of Kay. what it said she wanted to do this part because she wanted to be like Han Solo. So I'm just like, why didn't you just put her face on, on the character? She definitely, it's not like a classic supermodel type character, like supermodel or anything, but she doesn't look bad. She looks like a normal person. Why not put her face on there? For real, why not just do that? That would be nice. And then give her, you dress her as Han Solo, give her a blaster and a companion, pet to hang out with. I wouldn't mind giving her some New Hope stuff going on where she's like hanging out with gender swap versions of Luke Skywalker and then Obi-Wan Kenobi and things like that. Have her go and help out and things like that. That'd be fine with me too. But you can make fun of that stuff. It'd be great. But yeah. The other things, and it was like, and her face looks horrible, and the game doesn't run right. There's all kinds of glitches and problems that should have been fixed before the game was released. Ubisoft really needs to work on their stuff. Assassin's Creed Shadow coming out, it's not looking good there. Definitely there's some stuff going behind the scenes that makes it even worse than just people being, giving it a DEI bullcrap. I heard there's all kinds of different company behind the scenes company ownership issues, so hopefully they'll figure that stuff out and start making good games again, because this plus DEI is not helping out at all. Their policies of trying to not hire straight men, white men or whatever, go after women and males who say they're women, lie and say they're women, and males and females who lie and say they aren't males and females, to just bring in more DEI bullcrap, more wokeness, more just nastiness into this thing where wokeness and nastiness have caused all kinds of problems already. It's not a good plan, not a good plan at all. Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws just is I wouldn't say Star Wars is dead. I say it's asleep. It's having trouble. It's not good. I would say this killed Ubisoft. Some people saying that, but no, this definitely hurt Ubisoft. And Ubisoft hurt it. But yeah, no, this is not the way Ubisoft. This is not the way at all. You need to work on that stuff. Make beautiful women. Make complete games. Stop doing live service. People should be comfortable not owning their game stuff, because guess what? They're throwing that back at you. They're saying, "Oh yeah, well, we're not comfortable not owning your games." Yep, that's how that goes. You need to give us good games, full games. It's easy. Just make a whole game, charge us one price for it, no paywalls, and make the women look okay, not like their faces are melting. Like someone said, when I said, "Why does Kay's face look so bad?" Someone actually asked, probably as a joke, said, like, "What do you have against Keebler elves, man?" And I was just like, well, and I was like, well, I have nothing against Keebler elves, but this one looks like she was standing right next to Harvey Dent right before the acid fell on his face. That splash on his face. But she does. It's horrible. And they're saying, "Oh yeah, she's 3D. She's not. They just took pictures of bad camera angles of her. She doesn't look that bad." I'm like, yeah. Here's the issue with that. With a real person, that'd be one thing, but she's not a real person. She is a computer-generated person, so they could go by any angle they want and re-sculpt. Okay, they resculpt that girl's face to look at better. So they did that stuff on purpose. They gave her crimson chin. They gave her the gnarly teeth. They gave her that mullet, just all that stuff. They just gave that to her just because they wanted to. That's the modern style of showing off women, and it's not good. It's very bad. That's Concord stuff. That's what that is. Very not cool. Well, yeah, the girl was definitely pretty deflated. She didn't really have many curves at all either. She didn't look very attractive at all. Even excluding her face. It's just not a fun character to look at. And when to play as. No, I don't know. They really need to work on that. All these people, these video game artists, need to work on that. So see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt.